Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are once again watching Astroteric TV. I'll be your one and only host, the Astro Guru. And it wouldn't be Astroteric TV without the gra. Oxtails, yellow rice, macaroni and green beans. But anyway, today's topic of discussion: life imitates art, and art imitates life. What do we mean by this? Well, let's break it all down so we can put it all together. Now, people are creators. Human beings are creators. Okay, we were created by a creator. He created a creation that can create. All right. So, it's a creator creating creations that create. You understand? Follow me. Now, what happens is these artistic human beings do things like make music, they paint, they dance, they do poetry, they rap, they make movies, in which in turn gives birth to new ideas in the people that view these things or that hear these things. So they become inspired. First, you have aspire. Like, we did this before, but first you have aspire. I can aspire to be a great singer. No one else is involved in that. It's just me aspiring from self. So, say I become a great singer. Well, guess what? I can inspire someone else to become a great singer. Now, just because you inspire somebody, I don't care how much you try to be somebody else, you can imitate, but you can't duplicate. So that's what we mean by life imitates art and art imitates life. Because you can imitate, but you can't duplicate. You can act like somebody else, but you can't be that person. So next you have like movies and things. These things give people ideas. So just because I watch a movie doesn't mean I'm going to be inspired to make another movie. I can be inspired to make a song behind what I've seen in the movie. So it latches on and it keeps latching on. And I can inspire a painter to paint a portrait from hearing the song. And he can inspire somebody to write a rap from seeing the portrait. And he can inspire somebody to make a movie from hearing the rap. So it carries round and round. Everything is connected, string theory. So next, you have, that would be life imitating art. Now art also imitates life because, once again, it works back and forth. So, if I make a movie, not only can I inspire somebody to see that movie and create something like a song or a rap or something like that, or another movie, or so be it. What I also could possibly do is inspire someone to embed what they've seen or heard, or they can even misinterpret how I meant something, and they can incorporate it into their life the way that they see fit. So let's just say, like, all right, at the same time, if I make a poem about abusing animals, and my purpose is to make this poem heartfelt Just because that's my purpose and or that's my intention, just because that's my intention to make the poem heartfelt, doesn't mean that everybody's gonna feel it in their heart. And at the same time that I might be saying, let's stop abusing animals, I'm also enlightening someone else to abusing animals. Understand? Or I might be enlightening somebody to things that go on with animals that they didn't even know. Understood? They're like, nah, that's crazy. Ain't nobody doing that to animals. No, that's why I put it in this poem, so I can shed light on it. It might not be a lot of people. You might not know somebody doing it, but I seen it. Like, so don't ever try to negate somebody's experience. You can try to negate the knowledge, yeah, but don't negate the experience, because life is the best teacher. Experience is the best teacher. So when you negate experience, you basically telling the universe, I don't want to know about that. And when you tell the universe that you don't want to know about that, the universe is going to continuously send you the same thing over and over again, because there's a lesson you should be learning from it. And if you're not learning that lesson, the universe is going to keep hitting you over the head. Keep hitting you over the head. And keep hitting you over the head. It's not going to spare you. It don't care nothing about you falling unconscious. It don't care nothing about your head hurting. The universe is going to keep cracking your skull every chance it get, because that's what it's supposed to do. You don't want your skull cracked, you better learn how to move your head. You better learn how to bob and weave. You better learn how to slip, duck, roll, parry. You better learn it. You better learn it. Because that's what we call navigating. Okay? You are navigating the waters of life. But in the end, more will be said than done. Unfortunately. But I mean, truthfully, that's how we got to get to the bottom of things. We come up with 10 options and then we pick one. We do this with children's names, themes for parties, outfits. Like we pick and choose what time we're gonna show up to places, things like that. Like, it's 24 hours in a day, the party lasts 5 hours, but you making sure that you only be there for about 2, 3, maybe. Like, that's just how it goes. You gotta narrow things down. So when you're narrowing them down, you normally want to leave yourself with the best option. But that's neither here nor there. Back to the situation at hand. Life imitates art, art imitates life. So I make a movie, you see that movie, I can't tell you what to take from that movie. No matter what that movie's about, no matter what the subject matter is, no matter what the dialogue, no matter who the cast is, none of that. I can't tell you what to take from that movie. I tell you, you hear a song, I can't tell you how to feel about that song, or I can't tell you that you're supposed to like the song because this is what it's about. And I can't tell you that. I'm only responsible for how I do what I do. I'm not responsible for how you feel about it, and I'm not responsible for what you take from it. So, back and forth. Life imitates art, art imitates life. This is how we pass on information. I go through it and tell you about it or show it to you. You take that information and you do something with it subconsciously if you thought you did nothing with it. But guess what? If I tell you I never seen a girl that I could trust, you might have never thought about trusting a female or nothing like that. But after I tell you, like, I never seen a girl that was trustable, or that was trustworthy, you might start thinking in your head like, me neither. But that wasn't supposed to be passed on to you like that. That was for me. I was just telling you about me. I wasn't telling you that you probably wasn't supposed to be trusting them. Like, that might work for you. Like, things like this happen all the time. My mother told me don't believe females when they told me they love me, and I believed her like an idiot, like a plumb dumb fool. But I don't believe that no more. Like, I don't believe that no more. I had to look at, like, I don't mean to like brag and that like that, because I'm not bragging. I'm not the sexiest man on the planet, nothing like that. I got this like big forehead, all kind of craziness. I went and marked my face up thinking I was hip or something crazy. Like, don't even worry about it. But anyway, you get the picture. Life was imitating art, see? Right there, perfect example. Life was imitating art. I did this in what, 2011, 12? Yeah, I was like 21, 22. Tripping, high out my mind, thinking that my life was gonna stay one way forever. And it didn't stay that way, of course. But just tripping, thinking nothing could ever go wrong. Like, and life was imitating art. As you see, I'm not the only person with tattoos on my face. The whole world, half the people in the, well, not half the people in the world. Let me take that back. A lot of people now have tattoos on their face, which is cool. You know what I mean? It's cool. I like the freedom, which is why they not gone. I could have probably got them lasered off and whatnot, but they there now. I worked on acceptance. If I decide to take them off in the future, then that just be a decision I make in the future. But life was imitating art. I was listening to a whole bunch of Lil Wayne. Yeah, just know I was going through the motions in my head, and I thought putting a Yankee sign on the middle of my forehead and getting 2 teardrops was a good idea. Just know I thought it was a good idea. And I don't regret the choice, but I probably wouldn't have done it. Like, if I was in my right mind. But it's cool though. It's cool though. I mean, everything's smooth. Everything's smooth. It's alright. It's alright. But yeah. Life imitates art. Art imitates life. You see it all the time with like people that dress like their favorite rapper, or they living out their favorite rapper's raps. Meanwhile, your favorite rapper not even living like that. He getting money just rapping about it. Like, you are actually going to jail back and forth doing it. Like, you bugging out. You bugging out. Get it together. But yeah, you see a lot of people want to be like the Sexy Reds of the world and the Megan Thee Stallions, which is no problem. There's no problem at all. Because everybody deserves to be loved, liked, heralded, praised, or whatnot, I guess. Everybody has a fan base, just know that. Everybody has a fan base, big or small. You just gotta find something to do so that you can find your fans. Find what you're good at. But yeah, life imitates art, art imitates life. I got this way by listening to a whole lot of New York rap, like Nas and Lloyd Banks, stuff like that, Fabulous. It just made my mind think at a certain level because I was able to comprehend what I was hearing though. So I started to incorporate these things in my life. But it also happened on the negative side too. Like I was just saying, with me listening to a whole bunch of Lil Wayne, stuff like that, I obviously decided I was going to tattoo a Yankee sign on my forehead. But yeah, we learn from these things. Life imitates art, art imitates life, and makes for a beautiful life in the end. Because you get to dibble and dabble. You get to see both sides of the spectrum. You get to see what heads is like, you get to see what tails is like. And then you can, from there, you can actually make a decision from the right place about which side you want to be on. If you want to be a person that's vindictive and spiteful and hateful, stuff like that, unforgiving, you're allowed to do that. You can pick that side. but there will be consequences, and there will be pros. You might be rich over that side, but you got nobody to love you. Or you can pick the other side where you might have 100,000 people love you, but you might not be rich. You might not be financially rich. You might just be financially comfortable or financially, stable. You're not, like wealthy, which is no problem because it's different strokes for different folks. But once again, even on that side, there will be pros, there will be cons. It's all about what can you deal with. So, do you want art to imitate your life? Or do you want your life to imitate the art around you? Because it's gonna do that regardless. You're gonna do that regardless. You're gonna draw ideas from other places and people and things. So your life is going to imitate some form of art. But art doesn't necessarily have to imitate your life, but it will imitate a life, no matter whose it is. That's why they say, like, if you wrote a book about your life, you think somebody will read it? If I wrote a book about my life, I know somebody will read it. It's juicy. Like, my life is really actually juicy. And I got no problem telling nobody nothing about what goes on in my life, because first off, I can sleep. I sleep good every night. Every night that I go to sleep, when I do go to sleep, I sleep great. So I don't have no demons that I'm fighting and none of that. Ain't nothing got me rumbling and left and right, tossing and turning in my bed. I'm cool. Me and God got a great relationship. A great relationship. Can it be better? There's always room for improvement, but we have a great relationship. Wonderful even. I like people should be eat. I gotta go. Till next time.